city is ready at Acrisure Stadium here in Pittsburgh. Today, a good battle in the AFC North. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Please welcome your 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers. Chris Boswell.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Off we go from the Steel City. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer. Out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3. From the gun, it's Sanders. Back to the undrafted rookie, Isaiah Bond. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now the former Vol, Dylan Sampson. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd down, Sanders. Now here comes the screen to Sampson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Trying to run here with Sampson. And they're going to get the conversion here. Good run to the 44, and that's a 1st down.
An early test here for that offensive line, and they come through. They're going to have to continue to find space in the ground game for their running backs to continue to move the chain. So, nice job there. Give them a lot of credit. Now the question is, what is the adjustment on the defensive side of the ball in the next 3rd down situation?
looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
For David Njoku.
This rep goes to the secondary. They do a really nice job plastering on the back end, and with nobody to throw the ball to, he ultimately had no choice but to just try to make a play that wasn't there to be made.
They bring Judy in motion. They go play action with Sanders. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith, in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. From the gun, it's Shador. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Calvin Austin, deep for the Steelers. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today, and when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Drop this down to Warren. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37.
On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And he'll manage to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Rodgers. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
7 brings up 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Browns offense going to take over now for the second time. Both teams matching punts to start this one, so they'll go about trying to get something put together on the offensive side. It's 1st and 10. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Sampson to start this drive. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Kyle Duggar on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Yards on the play.
The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. His guys have a 1st down.
It's a gain of
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Give him 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another 1st down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you go.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
To Jerry Jeudy. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Steelers' 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5. A give. It's Sampson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Cleveland.
1st down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Browns' 1st down.
On the zone read, here's Sanders to keep it. The defense not fighting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
2nd and 10. They run on the jet sweep.
Cedric Tillman, the ball carrier. The tackle by Alex Highsmith. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
3rd, they need 8. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
So the Browns going to bring out their kicker and try a field goal. This from 45 yards away. Oh, the snap, a poor one, and it's blocked. Oh, big hole, left side. Still going. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, those are the momentum swings that get you. One team is looking to add 3. Instead, the other team adds 6, thanks to the ability to block the kick.
Yeah, and in this case, Mike, the players are constantly reminded by the coaches, you never know. Just keep rushing, keep rushing. You could rush 100 times, but if you do it full speed, the 101st, you stick your hand up. That's the one where it connects with the ball. In this case, that's exactly what happens. Scoop, score, change the game.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and through. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead.
Browns nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Very good kickoff. Returnable. Now a hit, and he lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll start on the ground with Sampson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
I promise you, Mike, on paper, that linebacker is accounted for, but with his speed and his ability to sniff this toss out from the jump, they had no chance catching up to him. He makes a beeline to the ball and brings the ball carrier down for a loss.
Sanders out to duty. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Now, Shador. They'll try to set up the screen here. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They tracked him down behind the line, and it's fourth down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. A-Rod down to throw on first down. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Now a second down throw from Rodgers. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Everyone loves to talk about the impact these pass rushers have in the passing game. But really the fastest way to the quarterback is actually up through the middle. And when you can get that type of penetration like they did here, Mike, you're bound to blow up your fair share of plays.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Here's Corliss Waitman now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. This one, returnable. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. Inside run with Sampson. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 6. Once again, it's Sampson. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
He was brought down by Cole Holcomb. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Third down, 3 to go. Now, Sanders. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Browns, 1st down. A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Cleveland.
Here's 1st and 10. There's a give up the middle for Sampson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's a Browns 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Browns.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And it'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Sanders. Over the middle and caught by Judy. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
1st and goal.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Here's Sanders to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Isaiah Bond. Touchdown, Browns. Extra point attempt to come here. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense ready to see what they can do. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. He'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
On the tackle. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one just didn't feel right from the jump. I think he sensed that he was either going to take a sack or get baited into making a bad throw. So ultimately a good decision. Just throw the ball away.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. He's in. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And this connection is just a thing of beauty. And sometimes you get so caught up in these timing routes and clear outs and rubs and all that sort of stuff, Mike. But really what happens so much in this league is just good old-fashioned pass game. Throw it up, run under it, and that connection is really what we saw here. That thing's in the air a good 65 yards, and that's the definition of a big strike, and it goes for 6.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He gets it to go, and the Steelers will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Round 7.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 3. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Browns offense and Shedeur Sanders getting set for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. It's Simpson. And, they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
What a first half for this pass rush, huh, Mike? I mean, they have just completely dominated this game. They are in complete control, and you have to imagine this offensive line, there's got to be some adjustments up front. They just cannot allow their quarterback to continue to be hit like this.
Third and a long way to go. Now it's Sanders. Going for it all. That is hard. That'll inside the 35.
50 yards on
It
the
is a
play.
big play for the
That's good for a
Browns.
Browns
And even
first
50
down.
yards.
First and
And
10
how
at the
impressive
32-yard line.
was that, Mike? I mean, not only to be able to generate that amount of separation downfield, but then to track the ball. Remember, this was a running back, but he looked like a wide receiver, and we're looking around the league, Mike, and a lot of these backs, in order to play in today's NFL, you have to be part receiver.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Sanders will throw it. Open man. That is bomb. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Third down.
Throwing again is Sanders. That one to Corley. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
And the Browns first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Again, it's Sanders. Now here comes the screen to Sampson. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Sanders going to throw again. To the goal line and in. Harold Fannin. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
The kicking team off for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Browns will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. On play action, Rodgers. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the one he was looking for.
Brings up
And third down coming up.
And 10 yards. to
Initially,
go.
a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
On third down, Rodgers. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide, we're just going to air it out. First, second, third down. All three incompletions. And now it brings up fourth down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10.
The Browns offense and Shedeur Sanders getting set for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Sampson gonna run it out of the gun, and that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
Ball carrier brought down at the 35-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
He'll stay on the ground with Sampson. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle.
Brings up third and inches.
Don't need much. It is third and inches. They'll try to sneak it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for a Browns first down. A gain of a yard. And the Browns
So from the
first
39,
down.
they come up on first and 10. From the gun, it's Shedeur. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So incomplete pass.
Timing and anticipation, those are the critical elements anytime you're throwing a ball outside of the numbers. If the quarterback waits too long, Mike, that receiver just gets closer and closer to the sideline and just makes what should have been a much easier throw and catch an incomplete pass.
And the ball out of the reach of the receiver falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
On third down, Sanders has caught by Bond. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Cleveland.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Moving to his left. He'll run again.
And that was really well defended along the back end, Mike. And with nobody open downfield, he's got no choice but to turn into a runner. They end up rallying to the ball, and they limit to a minimal gain.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Now get to Sampson, running right. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's third down.
2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. We'll come back to Steel City after this. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 16. Incomplete.
And on third down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and ball's incomplete.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Cleveland. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Steelers offense ready to get back to work. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Schlesinger on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3rd and 9. The shotgun, it's A-Rob. This one down the field, but it'll wind up incomplete.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Browns offense and running back Dylan Sampson heading back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll give it to Sampson. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Third and 6. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think the second that ball left his hand, he wanted to pull it immediately back. I mean, he is lucky, Mike. That ball didn't end up going the other way. He almost gifted them a short field and maybe even some points.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to kick it away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense going to take over just before the half. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers. That's to the right side, and incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Play fake. It's Rodgers. A throw left side. Taken in by Thielen. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the 3rd quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. Johnson now to return. And he brings this back all the way to midfield. The Steelers offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. Rodgers. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time.
On the coverage.
And it'll bring up 2nd down. The master of play action, Rodgers. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Safe to say the defense wasn't fooled by that play fake at all. By the time the quarterback got his head around, there was a big old defensive tackle bearing down on him and brings him down for the sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. A fair catch signal and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Browns offense and running back Dylan Sampson heading back onto the field. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. motion, Shador to the left side, and it is caught by Fanning. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. From the gun, it's Sanders. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field,
He doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of the Steelers has it.
you know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. Off road, right side, taken by Njoku.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's another Browns 1st down. A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Browns.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Sanders. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Tie game, 2nd half. Mistakes here can really decide the outcome of the game, so it's a really smart play. Nothing's open. Just throw it out of bounds. Live to fight another play.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Sampson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Now, Shador gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards, and the Browns 1st down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
As Shador on 1st down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
To throw again is Sanders. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete, but as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Browns move out in front. The new score, 17-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Steelers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
A run up the middle with Warren. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. So we'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. That's on the guard, Isaac Seumalo. So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, so far throughout the game, we've seen him make a lot of plays in the run game, but now he shows that he can hold his own in coverage as well. Really nice job there by the linebacker, making an impact in the passing game.
Browns offense, and Shedeur Sanders getting set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Sampson. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
2nd and 10. Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on top.
Still 2nd down.
Sanders will throw it. He'll step up and run this.
Sanders on the scramble. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
It is 3rd and long. To throw is Sanders. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. Good for 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to find your voice as a young player, but you can change that pretty quickly if he continues to make plays like we've seen here in this one.
Play action. It's Sanders. He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes.
This is one of those coverage sacks, Mike. They had 6 defensive backs just flooding the back end with defenders, and when you force a quarterback to hold the ball longer than expected, it allows that pass rush to get home and results in a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now it's Sanders. And they're going to get him a 2nd time. He goes down again.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. They've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains, so 3rd down is not so daunting.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now, Sanders. And the defense unrelenting, a 3rd consecutive sack.
And now you need 2 hands to count how many sacks they've recorded in this one, Mike. I mean, they have been relentless throughout the game, and they get another big stop here.
Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And a fair catch is taken and is just inside the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Gainwell, and that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
Brought down back at the 14-yard line.
What are you guys doing? The homies can trade your outfit. Keep it moving on,
Here's a handoff to Warren. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. That's a Steeler first down.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Once again, it's Warren. This time the sliding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. Looking to throw. It's Rodgers. That's made by Thielen. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 15 yards through the air. Good for a Steeler first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
It's going to be Thielen.
On play action, Rodgers. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 30.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Play action now with Rodgers. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
3 yards to go.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. That is caught, and he will have a first down, but I don't think that's going to stay. They're already heading backwards. That one on the former first-rounder, Troy Fautanu. 3rd and long for Rodgers. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
That ties the game at 17.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. They go play action with Sanders. On throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Intended for David Njoku. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. Open man, left side. He's got it. A gain there of 15. It's a Browns 1st down.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Cleveland.
And really the key to this play was just how fast he was able to get through his progressions. His mind was able to process and go from 1 to 2 to 3 so quickly that he was able to get the ball to the right target on time. And I think so often those two things are different. Being open is one thing. Being open and getting the ball on time, that's what leads to success. And that's what we saw here.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Sampson. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 35, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run here with Travion Williams. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
A gain of 3 yards. That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Inside run with Sampson. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. They go play action now with Sanders. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
You certainly don't want to be wasting downs at this stage of the game, but with nothing open, I can't really blame him. There was really nowhere to go with the ball. You don't want to start throwing into tight coverage, and he just has to simply throw that one away.
On 3rd down, Sanders. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Makes the score Browns 20, Steelers 17.
So they lead by 3 here in this fourth quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And the defense strings him out. He'll fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Down at the 26. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. A gain there of 11. That's a Steeler first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On the ground, Gainwell. And a very elusive run there. He winds up gaining about 9 yards.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Steeler first down.
34-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. This is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The relationship between pass coverage and the rush unit, that's what every defensive coordinator is striving for, and this is a great example why, Mike. They clog up all the throwing lanes, nowhere to go with the ball, and it allows that defensive front to get home.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 13.
From the gun, Rodgers. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
That shot there to take the lead with that big play. He's got an open receiver. He just needs to put it on him. And here in the fourth quarter, those critical plays mean that much more. And you just can't afford to miss open targets, especially downfield like that.
54-yard attempt.
This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. That evens the score here in the fourth quarter. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. Here's Rodgers. Got his man at the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
Another Steelers first down. First and goal.
And this is where the
4-yard
speed
line.
of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. It's a great example why.
And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
A loss of 2.
A field goal only ties it. When you find yourself this close, you're thinking 6. Let's take the lead. But now after that first down loss, it really changes the approach now on 2nd and 3rd. You have to at least come away with points.
Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal. Warren, and he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
Wow, so they decide to challenge them on the ground on 3rd and goal, Mike, and this defense answered. I think the takeaway is pretty clear. Next time you found yourself down in this situation, you got to throw the ball.
So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to tie things up here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Browns offense and Shedeur Sanders getting set for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Now Shedeur on 1st down. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. That one good for a dozen, and a very quick 1st down.
These are some of the most difficult situations for a coach to handle because it's a combination of you have to be aggressive to go score. You're trying to win the game, of course, but there's also an element of time and clock management. So it's going to be very interesting to see the play selection over these next couple downs.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, they come up for 2nd and 2. They'll drop to throw. There's that man again, another catch. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of
17 yards on that play. First down, Cleveland.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game as they approach midfield now. They've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Now, on 2nd and long. Sanders now off the bootleg. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game.
Initially, when the quarterback looked his tight end's way, I thought he had a chance for a big pickup. He had nice separation there early. But let's give credit to the defense. They were able to rally quickly to the ball and keep that from being an even bigger game.
Towels waving, Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, I like the idea of airing it out there on 3rd down. You're trying to move this ball even into closer, more manageable field goal distance, but after that incomplete now brings up 4th down. I think you have no choice but to settle for 3 here and see if it's enough to leave here with a win.
This kick is good. And they take the lead in the final minute of this game.
Steelers 20.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Gainwell to return. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over once more. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. To get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th.
39-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Here's Gainwell. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for a Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Rodgers. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
2nd down, Rodgers. Oh, and a crusher there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Going to need a big play now. 3rd down and long. Rodgers to throw. He'll look deep, left sideline. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
And what a stop by this defense. They know the opposing offense has to go for it right now. There's not enough time for them to get the ball back and get another crack at it. They're trying to get in field goal range, and what a fourth down stop to all but end this game.
So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. They took this one down to the wire. The late field goal does the trick. And they walk away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.